Hey guys, so we're going to do another reading tonight. I just did one that's not so serious that it is uploading. That's the Adam Levine thing. For those who like a little celebrity reading, there's a little scandal with that. But it's time to do some important topics here. There's a lot going on. One thing we got, Trump is obviously in the news ever since he has, at Mar-A-Largo, the documents that were seized by the FBI, and everybody's got something on that. Though I feel that a lot of people, the majority of people, know that this is something that is a big fat no. And I know he's trying to say I declassified everything. There's a couple things I'm going to say on that in a moment, but I feel like most of us, though we are not a lot of us that follow politics stuff are necessarily experts when it comes to things like that, but we pretty much know and understand that you can't just say out loud to who. Okay, Jesus decided to classify. How does this happen? There's a little bit more specific things that have to happen, and he is because he'll say whatever he wants. But I noticed the thing I was going to say is that certain lawyers, that when he's when they're going in there, they're very slow to say he did. And why? Because if a lawyer says he did, see, this is something that they can't make a mistake on. This could cost that lawyer everything. Okay, if they are saying that we're dealing with national security, top secret stuff. So they're not stupid. Okay, they're being very careful. They're saying, well, Trump said they were, but they're not. But the judge is like, well, were they declassified? You got any evidence? They're very slow to say it. Why? Because they know it's their ass. Okay, this could cost them very hard. They don't even dare. Where there's a lot of people who have lied for Trump over the years. This is something that lawyers, that I guess he's got this master. They don't want to do that. Okay, this is serious stuff, guys. Okay, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Just kind of throwing it out there. But one of the things I do want to look at, we're going to go ahead and read. Will he be indicted? Now, one of the things that is very concerning is, and we know how he is and his influence. But let's talk about from the Politico. And I believe this. Okay, it's 6 days ago. Trump warns of problems like we've never seen if he's indicted. Now, see, when he says things like this, people need to pay attention, because is it a call to action of his followers? Okay, so let's kind of read, and this is Politico. Former President Donald Trump said Thursday that this is last Thursday, the nation would face problems, the likes which we've never seen. So this seems like a threat. If he is indicted over his handling of classified documents after leaving office, an apparent suggestion that such a move by the Justice Department could spark violence from Trump supporters. Now, see, this doesn't make me feel like, oh, I'm warning other people that this makes me feel a covert call. Okay, that's the way some of us are interpreting this. The former president said an indictment wouldn't stop him from running from the White House again, and repeatedly said Americans would not stand for his prosecution. So, see, he's, technically, is he right? It still makes me feel, how he is. He will say things. Look what happened on January 6th. So we got to be real careful when he says things. If a thing like that happened, I would have no prohibition against running, Trump said in an interview with conservative talk radio host Hugh Hewitt. I think if that happened, I think you'd have problems in this country, the likes which perhaps we've never seen before. I don't think the people of the United States to stand for it. It's just a requote. Hewitt asked Trump what he meant by problems. I think they'd have big problems. I just don't think they'd stand for it. They will not sit still and stand for this ultimate of hoaxes, Trump said. It's not the first time Republicans have hinted at the potential civil unrest if a Department of Justice indicts Trump. Republican Senator Lindsey Graham, and he's been being, if anybody's trying to watch him, he's trying to get a federal abortion ban. After he just 15 weeks sounds good. Yeah, he's always been a. Anyway, Lindsey Graham made headlines last month when he said there would be riots in the street if there is prosecution of Donald Trump for mishandling classified information. See, they shouldn't say things like this. Graham's comments were slammed as irresponsible. They absolutely are. And shameful. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, without naming the South Carolina senator, name him. He's a piece of shit. Name him. Said these comments from extreme Republicans were dangerous. It's absolutely dangerous. Because there are people like I've seen, there's TikToks, there's people who say things, there's people out there just, this is not good. This is not good. They're just messing with them. They're messing with these people. You would appear to see Trump's comments as a nod toward potential arrest. Absolutely. And people, we need to be concerned about this. Absolutely. And so we're going to look at that too. Okay, I'm gonna do. I'm hoping, Now I always something like that. Always, it does not have to be set in stone. It doesn't have to be, but we're still going to look at the potential, the most likely. Okay, and so we're always dealing with something like that. Okay, and whatever. Asking former president how he would respond when the legacy media accuses him of inciting violence. That's not inciting. I'm just saying what my opinion is. Trump said, I don't think the people of this country would stand for it. We know when, stand back and stand by. You know what he does. So you got to be careful when he says things. We know how they interpret things he says in the media. He's very well aware of it. He's a dumbass, but he's not that much of a dumbass. Okay? On Capitol Hill, senior FBI and DHS officials briefed members of the Senate Judiciary and Homeland Security Committees Thursday on the uptick in threats against federal law enforcement in the aftermath of Mar-A-Largo search. And see, there's things going on all over. FBI people are trying to watch the buildings, all over. Senator said the briefers didn't specifically pinpoint a politician or political party when it comes to threats, but they saw the trend as clear. It was a stunning number of threats that have been cataloged since August 8th search. Does anybody notice that the search of Mar-a-Lago for my spiritualist happened on the Lionsgate portal? Okay. Senate Judiciary Chair Dick Durbin said after the briefing, specifically mentioning the gunman who tried to enter an FBI building in Cincinnati, Ohio, in the days following the search, it's a much more dangerous environment because of the political statements made by some individuals since August 8th. It's alarming me. Lionsgate portal, though, guys. Remember, there's always the little something. So, and that's another thing I want. It's like it did happen on that date. A shift date, a major shift date, and it seems like ever since that Lionsgate portal, the energy has been kind of weird, even for people on an interpersonal level as well as now. And right now we do have Mercury retrograde and 5 other planets in retrograde. So there's some heavy looking back energy kind of going on. If you've been feeling kind of drained, tired, there's some heavy stuff going on. And so Durbin said the threats range from explicit to specific or more generalized ones, most notably on social media. He also called out Trump for his rhetoric. Absolutely. Inviting a mob to return to the streets is exactly what happened here on January 6th. Okay? So and this is why I'm not going to read the whole thing. We'll get to the read. You guys can read on it. You get the idea. How do I put this? What I'm trying to say here. But he, like I said, he is a dumbass, but yet he's not that dumb. He knows how people love and support him, and I'm sure he's very well aware that a lot of people, even the conservative Christians, see him as some kind of messiah. There is even a book, for those who do not know, I was talking about it in Mentor Group. Let me show you this. If you are not aware, I'll show you this, because there are those who believe he's some kind of Messiah. And I know some of you guys know that, but some of you may not be aware just how badly. If you watch any kind of YouTube, and I like to keep up on the other side. It's always good to know the other side. But certain televangelists and people and things that they're saying in the churches about Trump are spooky. Now, I know there are some, normal Christians, you could say, however you want to put it, that there's probably some that are in tune enough to know that there's some weird stuff with Trump. But to speak out, they're probably afraid to speak out because there's so many supporters and things like that. But let me show you this book on. Hold on, let me go ahead and find it. Give me a moment. Where's the damn account? New book on Trump being the Messiah. Oh, okay. Hold on, let me try it again. New book on Trump being the Messiah. Oh, that's asked my orders. Never mind. Let me just do it this way. Let's do it. Hold on, let me see if I can find. There's a new book. No, that's not the one. Hold on. Where's the new book? Oh my God, did they pull it? Hold on. It's a weird book. Hold on. That'd be weird if they pulled it. Okay, hold on. New book on Trump being the Messiah. There it is. Here it is. Yep, there it is. Yep. So this, I'm trying to show you guys the cover. Hold on. I don't want to accidentally buy it. I'm trying to show you guys the cover. Hold on. Go. Show me the cover. It's being stubborn. Okay, hold on a minute. There it is. See that? President Donald J. Trump, the Son of Man, the Christ. Okay, this is a book that's getting a little bit of attention. It's got it's got about 35 ratings on Amazon. I'm surprised it's not getting more attention. It should, but there are some people, it's got 2 stars. So there are people speaking up against it. But listen to, there's somebody said simply amazing, but it's a lot of it are getting some bad reviews, heresy and so forth. Trying to find what the guy says about it. Give me a moment. Here it is. So listen, this is from the author. The author's name is Helgerd Mueller. Okay. During the presidency of President Donald Trump, it became evident to me that the prophecies about the Son of Man, as predicted by Jesus in the Bible, were to a significant extent fulfilled at the hands of Mr. Trump. The Bible speaks about 2 different Christs or Messiahs. Okay. Jesus, the Son of God, as one Christ, where the Son of Man the other. Jesus always referred to the Son of Man in the third person. The greatest distinction or significance between the Son of Man and the Son of God, the Lamb, in their respective positions at the throne of God. There are numerous differences between the Son of Man and Son of God and the Son of Man, but overall, people read these scriptures and they do not realize that the Son of God, the Lamb, stands in front of of God, whereas the Son of Man is positioned on the right hand of God. Jesus spoke about 2 different killings in the 4 Gospels of the New Testament. People read these scriptures that are unaware that Jesus, the Son of God, predicted his own killing in the first person, as opposed to several prophecies that he made in respect to the Son of Man, who will be crucified. The New Testament speaks about 2 kings, Jesus, the Son of God, King of the Jews, whereas the Son of Man is the King of Kings, who will be a world ruler, and he will rule all the nations, the tribes of the earth with a rod of iron. The book will explain in depth how Donald J. Trump's full name literally means the ruler of the world, graced by Yahweh the Lord as a descendant of the drummer. Upon reading this book, the reader will be captivated when they realize how President Donald John Trump fulfilled most of the prophecies as the Son of Man. It speaks about end-time prophecies and biblical revelations regarding President Donald J. Trump, Son of Man, the Christ. This is not the only book like that. on Amazon about Donald Trump. Trump. There are people who really believe he's some kind of either a messiah or this or okay. And just like even there is a some I have a video I did a long time ago because people even saying on YouTube Trump was a light worker. Okay, so this is crazy stuff. So as far as this whole Christian nationalism and him, it's not just him being some kind of Republican politician. There are Christians all over, and if you do a little YouTube search, you can see what pastors are saying. They think he's something divine. Okay, so this is scary stuff, guys. So you could kind of see if they kind of see Trump as attached to some biblical or end time prophecies or various things, what they would do to maybe protect him. Okay, there are people who really believe this. Now, of course, there are others who are like, "Come on, you're going a little bit too far. You twisted scripture." But there's a whole thing that I would like to break some things down. Eventually, I will get a little more into that later. But I just want to just throw that into the mix there, just so you guys, if you're not understanding that they're, though I know some of you are, but just how deep this is going per perception with people seeing Trump's role in even like say end time prophecies events, that they're seeing him as some good guy, some kind of messiah like figure, and it's really freaking creepy. Okay, that this can be done, and there's there are scriptures in the Bible that warn Christians so much about not falling for things, and they're completely falling for it. It's crazy. That's crazy stuff, and but there's just like when Trump lost in 2020, a lot of them were saying Trump would win, and a lot of us older tarot readers said he would lose. I don't know yet I'm not ready yet to get into the presidential election yet. I don't feel that's fixed yet enough to read on it yet. That's why I haven't read on it yet. I will look inevitably. I will do it within plenty of time. I won't do it the month before. I will do it within plenty of time when it's time to do that, just like I did before when I was reading Biden and Trump. But yeah, there's you guys need to be aware. It's good. I know nobody likes to look into it because it's very negative and lower astral, and there are times I feel like I need to cleanse myself if I look in those areas. But it's still, we need to be awake and aware of what's happening here. What people want to do, to this country. Now, with that said, also, we're going to look at the energy crisis in Europe. I did promise somebody in the group, and I know I have people from Europe in my group as well. That is a very big thing. And, it's impacting the globe. There are people that are paying phenomenal rates. I will pull up some articles when I'm ready to do that. Let's go ahead and tackle Trump. Will he be indicted? And what can we kind of look forward to in that energy? That's a tough one. Let's just get to it, guys. I don't want to talk too much, but just be aware, guys, when you're seeing this, and I know a lot of you guys are, you're aware that there's some kind of weird things with the Christians and with Trump. I know you're smart enough to know that, but I don't know if you all know how deep that goes in their psyche. Notice the oppression card at the bottom. Always pay attention, when I'm doing these. Okay, the oppression. This is the way they kind of see that maybe the government is trying to oppress Trump in some way. Come on. Okay, but really, why does he have the documents? Could it be a little backup plan, a little insurance policy? Come on, guys. It's time to wake up. I wish people would wake up. This just how bad it is that he would have these at a golf course. These documents. Okay? Very, very bad. Okay? Because he really it's all about him. He doesn't care about him. He don't care about America. He don't give a shit about America. But really in many ways I do see Donald Trump, in a sense, very much as a pawn in ways that people know they could manipulate him. They'll get him to be dumb and do it, they want him to do if they pay him enough, and they know it. You know, so it's, but how it all plays out, I've educated you guys, you know, I feel like he's kind of being held back, and if we don't get our crap together, you know, Spirit's going to give them what they want, and what they want, it ain't going to go the way they want. That's all I can say. I totally feel it. It's hard to put into words. People got to get it together, you know. I swear, they think this is an action movie or something. This is real life. Stop being stupid. Though I could also, you know, as a spiritualist, say it's a dream. That is true too. But still, relatively real. Okay, so let's see. Will Trump be indicted? That's what we're going to just, in a nutshell, what are we looking at? Big stuff. And of course, you know, see if Spirit has anything else to say. If is, would things get, whew, tough out there. Okay, so we got the Hangman here. Okay, remember what I was just talking about? Trump the Messiah. Trump the Messiah. And we got this Hangman on a cross and everything. Which I know we can look at the Hangman, you know, stuck, suspended, and everything. We can also say that with Trump, that he's kind of getting stuck, more stuck. Okay, he's getting less wiggle room. But the Hangman also takes a power stance. Now, the Hangman is not always a saint. The Hangman can be a sinner. Okay, that is true, if I put it that way. Even though Saint sinner is not necessarily my vocabulary, it is when it comes to Hangman. The reason why, yes, the Hangman is associated with St. Peter. He was crucified upside down. He refused to be crucified like the Christ. That is the story, hence the reversal, Hangman hanging upside down. But traitors, let me pull up for a minute. Let me break this down, because this is an important thing to explain about the Hangman. Traitors back in the day were also hung upside down. They were crucified upside down, I should say. Crucified upside down. So that's why sometimes with the Hangman you got to scrutinize, is it a saint or is it a sinner? Okay, it could be either one when you're dealing with the Hangman. Now, I know the Hangman also can be about enlightenment and all that good stuff, absolutely. But, you know, it always just kind of depends, you know, what you're kind of looking at. And so this is actually a very perfect, good card that Spirit is trying to express something. There are those that see him as a saint that is being crucified. Okay, that everybody's after him. Everybody's trying to take him down. It's this, that. But there are those that see him as a traitor, as a sinner. Okay, that he's in Putin pocket. You know, and we have the Mueller report and all this stuff. And Mueller, you know, never said he wasn't. Okay, in Putin's pot, you know, there's, you got it, but it was still a waste of time. And in some ways it was, but this with the documents, you know, it's not looking good. It's looking like we got some traitor energy there. Okay, and so this is kind of what we're looking at. But there are those, so we see the parallel. As we know, the Hangman, like I said, as I'm educating you guys, could be a saint. We got that Saint Peter. I don't want to be crucified exactly like the Christ. Do be a little bit different. And we know people, we got this damn book coming out, a Son of Man versus the Son of God, right? And then we got the traitor energy. Okay, so we got it, and also a Hangman can be about perception. There are some that perceive him that way and some that perceive him that way. But one thing, no matter what, you know, kind of stuck suspended. He's got a, you know, it looks like it's looking like, you know, trying to take him down. We know that definitely. We've had the January 6th hearings and things. This is not an easy process. I know we look at it. Anybody else, it would be simple. This is not an easy process. Obviously, because he has so many millions of followers. That absolutely. I'm sure there are those in power that are trying to be very careful. You know, how this all goes down. There's a whole lot going on. Let's go and look at it. So I just want to break that down. That's a perfect card to start off with. It really is, you know, with its meaning. Let's see what's the challenging card. Defeat, Five of Swords, absolutely. And I knew it was going to be a battle card. The Five of Swords can be a battle card. Very often in the Rider-Waite, you will see that kind of fight aftermath. So one of the things about that, you know, and I know we can look at the defeat of Donald Trump. No, the opposing card is they don't want a battle. Okay, so they're trying to figure out how to do this without a, another January 6th, a big battle, another fight and stuff. They, the Five of Swords can be the end of a battle. Also, it can represent that. But one of the things about that, what if something pops up again? So one of the things they are definitely kind of looking at right now is if they're gonna get moving and they're gonna move in on all this. And, well, they really are moving in. I mean, obviously the FBI went in their online escape portal, guys. Pay attention to your dates. Dates are always significant, just like 9/11 was significant. Okay, pay attention to stuff. But this kind of energy here, they're concerned. They going in there. This is a careful. They're trying to be very careful, and that's I believe one of the reasons they're trying to get some real blatant evidence here, so the public would just snap out of it and see what's going on. And it's real sad. I mean, come on, if you're such a patriot, wouldn't you care that somebody has got all these documents that are, I believe though, some people, I've seen some TikToks of some men who had first the Trump supporters. Some of them were like, hey, wait a minute, okay, no, I'm done with this. Okay, this is, some people have dropped support because of these, these documents. Okay, this is national security. Let's see now the foundation. This could also be hidden. We're gonna look at some hidden areas because we know. Okay, right? Okay, so we got the Princess of Wands. Hang on, we'll sit with that energy there. We got the Victory card. Let's kind of sit with that. See what it's trying to say, and we got the Empress energy. So let me kind of sit here with this. If you're drawn to something, give me a moment here. Venus. Okay, hold on. I'm onto something. Just trying to put it in words. I see what Spirit's saying, but I'm just... Okay, yep, we're in Virgo month. Okay. Okay, now one of the things with the princesses can be connected to the pages when it comes to tarot, they can be announcements and various things, kind of like announcements. Also can be about various kind of information, things like that. So we got that Princess of Dis energy, certain kind of announcements and opportunities and things like that, as well as we've got the Princess of Wands energy kind of popping up in there, which can be kind of about action as well. Then we got that Victory energy here that is popping up. So, but also the Prince of Dis also can be, kind of, also business opportunities, announcements, opportunities, kind of money, kind of energy as well. It could be a little bit of that. And then we got that kind of fire energy, that passion. With that Victory card, I am a little concerned with it. Okay, with that, I definitely feel like some things kind of in the works. Obviously, he would want some kind of victory and things like that, especially if he's going to go into another election. We know, of course, he said the election's stolen, all that kind of stuff. But I've also got this Eight of Pentacles energy in here as well. That can be kind of doing the same thing over and over, and things like that. That can be kind of working for a certain kind of task. This is also Virgo energy and stuff. There's a methodicalness also to the Eight of Pentacles, which I can definitely see with certain documents, kind of going through a process, a structure, things like that. Let's kind of go ahead and look. I've got that Queen of Cups energy there, and we are going to be going into Scorpio. Let me just kind of go ahead and look. I feel like I got a lot of characters. The Empress energy, just what I'm kind of feeling there. I feel something that Spirit's trying to say with the Queen. I know the Empress is not necessarily a queen, but the Empress is the highest ranking of the feminine. Okay, and she's also got that kind of seal. I feel this is kind of something about the Queen. the Queen Elizabeth that just passed. There's something in there that there's could be some connection. I'm wondering if within those documents there could be a little something on that. Just something I'm feeling here. Okay, and we've got some kind of energy there. Just some kind of vibe I'm getting. And of course, we got the Four Pentacles, which we've got power. So there are certain things with this victory energy in there. But I look at that Eight of Pentacles. There's a certain methodicalness that is going on with also how they handle the documents and everything. I can see that as well. But I've also got some kind of announcement, opportunity, kind of energies that are popping up in there. And some kind of, it could open the door for some communication. I feel he is in with some people there. Queen of Cups, actually Queen of Cups, I feel is more in representation now that I'm kind of feeling it. This one I've read has been my Ruth Bader Ginsburg card. There's a whole special thing that when that she was popping up in readings before she passed, then I realized what it was. She was a Pisces, okay? And a matter of fact, I kind of did a special read with a candle and all that. It was the outcome card. There was some heavy duty stuff with Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I feel there's some areas there, maybe even within those documents, some kind of strategy with women's rights. There's a whole lot of stuff that I feel is within this document kind of energy that is popping up, which Spirit is kind of talking about, and so forth. There's some, which I know we would say nuclear, this, that, but I feel there's some other things there that's heavy duty energy and stuff that is kind of in the hidden, and then that power. But let's just kind of sit with that. I'm just going to sit with that. There's a whole lot of things Spirit's like, I want to talk about and stuff. But I feel like maybe within that there could be a little something with the Queen there. Now I know she passed natural. Don't get me wrong, but there's something in there. Okay, like America's got secrets on all the contras. Okay, but let's kind of go ahead and look at what's coming though. Okay, wealth card. Okay, so right there, I like I said, I really feel these documents, guys, are some kind of insurance policy. Okay, you got that wealth card, and yeah, there's something there. Okay, with that, there's a reason for the documents, and like I said, I've got, like I said, it's a matter of perception. Is he a saint? Is he a sinner? It's looking like traitor energy. Okay. So we've got that Emperor energy. I believe that's the Department of Justice, because that can be sometimes my overall government, especially law figures, kind of popping up in there. And also the Prince of Swords energy, that information. Yes, that one of the things that are going in to get it, that information to retrieve. Let's kind of go ahead and look. And we've got that Three of Cups energy there. So that could be, that can also be, I know it's an abundance card, but certain kind of celebrations. So one of the things that you could be pointing me to some kind of energy. What is the next kind of celebration? Well, obviously Halloween we have, but I feel, but also other people could celebrate something, especially if he was indicted. I could also say that as well. So let me just look at that. Some things are going to start happening fast. Eight of Wands. Okay, things are going to happen fast. Okay, and also in the 8th month this happened. Let's go see what's at the crown. What's visible. Okay, so we got the 9. Yeah, I feel some things are going to pick up some speed, momentum with this whole thing here and stuff, with some indictments there with that 9 of Wands energy. Let's kind of go ahead and see what we're going to kind of look at. Just kind of, yep, news is coming in and stuff. Princess of Swords, news, information and stuff. We got the princesses can be my pages. Let's kind of see Donald Trump, feelings, attitudes, emotions. Where is he at? No, he's got that Wheel of Fortune. I feel like he kind of feels he's going to luck out, kind of energy there. Now, we've got that Sun energy, which sometimes could put some kind of innocence there, but that, really, I don't feel he isn't innocent in any fucking thing. He's trying to put himself in an honest light and stuff. That is definitely a false light. And we've got the World. This is one thing. He wants world domination and stuff. But we got that 8 of Wands. We've got that Ace of Wands. We got that opportunity here and stuff. That he's, this is all about a matter of opportunity. But we still got that Wheel of Fortune. He's Teflon Don. He may possibly luck out again. I'm telling you, there's a little something there, energy-wise, in that if people do not stop being badly, Spirit's going to give them what they want. And stuff. That's what it comes down to. Environment. 10 of Swords, ruin. You know, this is the thing. Ten of Swords room. It's you know, stabbed in the back and everything. He is stabbed in the back. Death. This is what I'm concerned. Just see these two, Ten of Swords and Death combined. And stuff. An indictment. This is definitely what we're kind of fearing here. That some things can get very, very bad. Okay. You know, just saying. And stuff. And then we've also got the Three of Wands energy and stuff that is popping up in there. Some kind of travel and stuff. You know, that can also be overseas energy. By the way, okay, we kind of know a little bit about that. Hierophant, that's one of the things, that whole religious, like I was saying. What's the outcome? Prince of Dis is my dark knight, or prince, and stuff. He can be kind of dark and stuff. And notice we got that stubborn bull. You know, there could be, you know, an indictment here. Is kind of what I'm looking at. I didn't pull the Justice card necessarily, but I got the Law closing in. Some things are going to start happening swift. There's a little bit of overseas implications there, and stuff, but I'm very concerned about that Death and Ten of Swords energy there that's popping up. Some things that are happening. I still feel him, you know, that Teflon Don energy. He really wants kind of world, you know, light speed in charge of the world dominion, and everything there. And really, I do feel that Sun, you know, he's trying to purport he's innocent to certain things, you know, but I'm, you know, that's what he's hoping. That's on his end. But I really got some negative connotations here that are going on. And stuff. As far as actually though doing something negative with any of these documents at the moment, I got the Wealth card there. I really feel holding on to. I don't feel like he had done anything necessarily yet. Just my vibe. Not necessarily done anything yet, but kind of had him as a, like I said, some kind of insurance plan, some kind of thing there, just to hold on to. Okay, is something, because they have value. Let's put it that way. Okay, it's very scary. With that Emperor energy and so forth, looking at that, which could be, you know, I feel as the Department of Justice, a lot of action, energy, news is going to come out very soon and stuff. I actually do feel that it's you know, like I said, we've also got that Hangman, you know, put him on the cross, okay. You know, they kind of got him stuck, trapped and stuff. I do feel it would be a very slow process, but I do actually feel there could be an indictment coming here. But as far as that, like I said, that we had a Wheel of Fortune. Is he going to be Teflon Don again? It's very possible, because I'm telling you, I still feel this weird thing, you know, that Spirit's like, well, if they're going to keep behaving badly, I'm going to give them what they want. And they ain't going to like it. That's the way I've been feeling for a while and stuff. And I can definitely feel that energy and stuff that's going on. But yeah, I feel like something, I know the Emperor, the Queen of England is kind of a little bit bigger, so not necessarily Spirit's choosing one of the queens, and that's why I believe that's Empress. It's really solidified in there, that I feel there could be maybe something in there, maybe some documents with something, some Queen energy, just something I feel. You know, but also even the Queen of Cups has been, and it did kind of make me feel, it took me a minute, but Ruth Bader Ginsburg, some things about like kind of women's rights, things like that. I definitely feel there's something there, you know, that's going on, but there's definitely some opportunity. Like I said, that Ace of Wands opportunity. Okay, that by having these documents, he's got some opportunity there. This is definitely insurance policies type stuff. Okay. So I do feel there should be an indictment. My concern is that Prince of Dis. That is, out of all the suits, which at least Crowley said, he could be kind of one of my darker characters. Representative, like you see that bull kind of going in and charging. You know, we definitely had some January 6th. There could potentially be some unrest. You know, especially with that Death and Ten of Swords. This is kind of some scary kind of energy there. Okay, so there could be something. I want to be very careful. So let's do this. Just try to be optimistic. Keep things in prayers. I don't want to be doom and gloom, but the environment energy is concerning. Okay, it is concerning energy. So, all right, kind of see how that goes down. I have a feeling things are going to start moving fast on that, though. Swiftness card could really get things going. We should know, I would say probably by at least December. At least December is what I'm kind of feeling. Or maybe sooner, I don't know. Nope, it could be. It could actually be during the Libra month. Libra maybe 6-8 possibly. Who did Aquarius? When some stuff could go down. Hold on. Sometimes I could do it with the dice. Sometimes it just depends. But I do want to see. It's been pretty good about predicting certain moon cycles. When is the moon in Aquarius? In September 2022. That's right. Oh, I should have said, nope, I should have said the other. Nope, I said it wrong. Sorry. No, it's going to be October, right? When is the moon in Aquarius? October 2022.
According to Lunoff.com, moon phase on the 24th of October 2020 Saturday is first quarter. 8 days young moon is in Aquarius.
Totally got it wrong. When is the moon in Aquarius? 2022, Libra. Hopefully I'm saying that right. No, I can't. It's not understanding me. Yeah, now August 11th, the moon was in Aquarius. That is true. That was right after this. It could be talking about that. Some kind of energy. I'll just sit with it. I actually feel somewhere coming. Could be the 6 or 8 of November. We get into some energy there. Or I mean, excuse me, October. Come on, girl. Sorry, I had surgery Monday. Everything's kind of kooky, so trying to get with it. Okay, so now we're going to look at the energy crisis. Let me pull. Yeah, let's get some. We need it now. I hope you guys are paying attention to everything, not just U.S., but what's going on around the world. They're in, which when I say this, it's good to be awake and aware, but do take a break, shut everything off, because we also have to be able to kind of free your mind. Okay, so it's kind of like on one end, we want to know what's going on in the collective, but just be careful that the collective does not bring you down. Do some psychic shielding. Don't let it pull you into the lower astral. I don't want anybody to feel powerless, hopeless kind of energy. As I say that, still though, we want to be aware, and I know those that are looking for readers that are doing any kind of political reads, being awake and aware. So we're looking like there's probably going to be some kind of indictment coming. It could possibly be in Libra, at least by Sagittarius, sometime this year. I feel like they're trying to get this going. There's some heavy kind of energy there. So let's go ahead and look at right now the energy crisis and stuff. So hold on. Europe energy crisis news. So, and I know, a lot of you have heard little bits. I don't know if you are completely 100% aware of what is going on. So let's kind of see where we're at. What's a good article to talk about? And definitely, let's get a new one. Well, we've got this Euro News. Should hopefully break down everything. This is Euro News, and it's okay. Fine. Euro News has a lot. Okay, there's a whole lot going on. More Brits refuse to pay despite trust. 2,900 energy bills freeze. Or certain don't pay movements. France's energy rules for buildings aim to set a good example. There's Santa Martin. We will survive Russia's blackmail and the long winter. See, the thing is, this thing with Putin and Ukraine has impacted, energy more than people realize. Okay. EU countries must avoid backtracking on climate goals. Okay, there's a whole lot going on. Let me go ahead and hold on a sec. Let me go back. There is New York Times. Here we go. This is just, I think, a couple days ago. This is the New York Times. Hopefully it'll let me read it. Crippling energy bills force Europe factories to go dark. Manufacturers, our furlough workers are shutting down lines because they can't pay gas and electric charges. So even factories are having to shut down. The furnace, heated to 1,500 degrees Celsius, was glowing red. Workers at the Arc International Glass Factory loaded it with sand that slowly pulled into a molten mass. Nearby on the factory floor, machines transformed the shapeless liquid with a blast of hot air into thousands of delicate wine glasses destined for sale to restaurants, homes worldwide. Nick Hodler, chief executive, surveyed the assembly line, shimmering blue and natural glass flames. For years, ARC has been powered by cheap energy that helped turn the company into the world's largest producer of glass tableware and a vital employer in this working-class region of northern France. So this is France. Impact of Russia's abrupt cutoff to gas to Europe has doused the business with new risks. Energy prices have climbed so fast that Mr. Hodler had to rewrite business forecasts 6 times in 2 months. Recently, he put a third of ARC's 4,500 employees on the partial furlough to save money. 4 of the factory's 9 furnaces will be idled. The others will be switched from natural gas to diesel, a cheaper but more polluting fuel. It's the most dramatic situation we have ever encountered, Mr. Hodler said, shouting to be heard over the din of the clinking glasses. For energy-intensive businesses like ours, it's crippling. ARC is not alone. High energy prices are lashing European industry, forcing factories to cut production quickly and put tens of thousands of employees on furlough. And basically, they don't get paid. The cutbacks, though expected to be temporary, are raising the risk of a painful recession in Europe. Industrial production of the euro area fell 2.3%. So a lot of it, factories are being impacted. So you've got that as well. And it's, let's just kind of look, here's another one 7 days ago. This is WBUR, inside Europe's energy crisis. Russia has cut off energy supplies for Europe. That's what it comes down to. And this is why everybody, they're struggling. They don't have much. They're paying extremely high prices. It's causing a crisis. Household heating bills in the UK could triple. How long can Europe hold on? Today, on point, Europeans facing energy poverty. Will it weaken their resolve to support Ukraine? Or could it be the reckoning needed to reduce Europe's dependence on Russian oil and gas? And so there's a whole lot going on. And I'm trying to find, did it cut off? I don't, let me see. Okay, so this is, and then it kind of goes with an interview. Here's a little thing in an interview. Somebody asked, somebody named Tim McFly, what do you see as the EU's best case scenario for making it through the winter? A lot of people worried about winter. You know, and remember, Europe, there's areas, especially like Russia, get cold, real cold. Well, the best case scenario is the one that we've actually been building over the last 6 months, which is all about preparation. We've seen this coming from the Russian side. The weaponization by Putin of his energy supplies didn't start when he invaded Ukraine. It started, if you look back to last summer. 6 to 8 months before that invasion, he was already reducing the flows of gas to Europe and not setting up storage for the winter. So one of the things we did very quickly with this spring was to propose legislation, which has been adopted across Europe, to put minimum gas stocks of over 80% of our capacity by the 1st of November. So that means we have a backstop if there's any further supply interruptions, and we're actually ahead of schedule on the filling. But still, will Europe forever make the commitment to turn its back on Russian energy supplies? And, he said, I think so. I mean, there's a very clear commitment, which has been taken by our 27 member states at the leaders level, the prime ministers, the presidents, that we need to end our dependency on Russian fossil fuels as soon as possible. Absolutely. They got to figure something out. But in the meantime, while they're kind of trying to figure out and do that and scramble, because they need to do that, because look what happened. He's flipped out and he's cutting people off. They're paying prices that are completely phenomenal and stuff. And let's kind of go ahead and see what else we've got. Yeah, this one, this is an article. Now, this article is in Time Magazine, and it was August 30th. But it still applies. It's got the same author who is reading. Until blackouts begin or pump prices make driving actually unaffordable, most people generally think no more often in energy than of air. For this reason, Americans have mostly been sheltered from the energy crisis unfolding urgently, I think in some cases lethally, in countries around the world. In many other places, especially Europe, the escalating situation is impossible to ignore, and it's going to get a lot worse. So this was said on August 30th. To be clear, the energy crisis is already here, absolutely, and Russia is fully to blame. Natural gas prices topped 3,100 per 1,000 cubic meters in mid-August, a 610% increase over the same time last year, as measured by the Dutch TTF market. At this price, many power stations cannot afford to operate for long. So you think you've got not only people in their personal homes, but companies, factories. You know, you got to have energy. You got to have energy, electricity. You got to have all of it, right? You know, heat, air, you know, everything, lights. At this price, many power stations cannot afford to operate for long. As a consequence of the rising cost of input fuels, benchmark electricity prices in Europe have surged almost 300%. In 2022, breaking records. Taken together, energy prices are 10 times higher than the 5-year average. Not only do average households struggle to pay for power and heating at such cost, but governments are coming up short. The 279 billion European governments have $279 billion European governments have recently allocated to help smaller consumers is already not enough. Britain's National Energy Action Charity projects an increase from 4.5 million UK households to a full 8.5 million will face energy poverty this winter. Because Kosovo is already suffering rolling blackouts. So see, there are places having rolling blackouts. 2 hours off for every 6 hours on. Brown and blackouts are also expected in other European countries. The worst has yet to come. Russia Security Council Deputy Chairman Dmitry Medvedev threatened on August 28th that the gas prices will hit 5,000 over 1,000 M3 by the end of 2022. The continent is far from ready. They're not prepared. In warm weather, cooling equipment consumes electricity, which may be generated by natural gas, wind, or solar power, coal, geothermals, biomass, or nuclear. By contrast, in cold weather, the heating season, consumption draws mainly from fossil fuels. Especially, and see, that's the thing, people are going to get cold. They may freeze it. Because most heating systems are still petroleum fueled. Like every year, demand for natural gas will thus increase come winter. Gazprom, Russia's state-owned national gas company, has been gradually restricting gas exports to Europe. Okay, yep. So we'll just kind of look. I don't want to read too much because we got to get to the read. In what clearly retrospect preparation for invading Ukraine, Russia began emptying German gas storages in 2021. So see, they knew, while slowing down its gas production. Since March 2022, Gazprom has been inventing excuses to slowly turn off the energy taps. First, after demanding payment for gas in rubles and in an effort to crack down financial sanctions, Gazprom cut off 6 buyers that refused, including companies in Finland, Denmark, Germany, and the Netherlands, as well as Poland and Bulgaria entirely. Over the course of June, Gazprom reduced gas flows below 40% through the 55 billion cubic centimeter Nord Stream, and I know you guys have heard of Nord Stream 1. You should have a natural gas pipeline, and he's just cutting it off. Claimed this was due to maintenance issues. I think you guys remember that. Oh, it's just maintenance. It's not. When Siemens made gas, it wasn't. And so, as soon as the turbines were returned, Gazprom immediately shut down the Nord Stream entirely for 10 days in plausible maintenance. This was followed by a July 14 letter to customers invoking force majeure, arguing an act of God prevents Gazprom from guaranteeing continued gas supplies. Some flows resumed July 21st, but as of July 27th, they had been about 20% capacity. So see, they kept cutting off that. So yeah, it's really bad. And let's just jump. If Russia cuts off all gas, perhaps when, not if, the European consequences will be massive, and the global economic consequences could be tragic. The IMF calculated in mid-July for Hungary, Slovakia, Czech Republic, Full cutoff of natural gas from Russia could drop GDPs about 6%. Global economic growth would drop 2.6 in 2022 and another 2% in 2023 on a human level. Some people will not have heating. Others will have to choose between warmth and food. The Economist has preemptively labeled it the winter of discontentment due to the looming catastrophe. According to the energy expert Llewellyn King, the end of this year for Europe is likely to be its worst winter since the one at the end of World War II from 1944-45. Okay, so there's a whole lot you guys can read. I did want to just kind of let you guys know just how bad it is. But yes, Russia explained. So now we're going to kind of, as we're kind of prep for that, this is kind of a long read, let's kind of look at what can we look forward to. I hate to say look forward to, but what can we expect with certain things going on with the European countries. I'm just going to leave it as a broad Europe with Russia and what's going to happen. Let's kind of check it out. I see this is an area, guys. I know we've got problems in the U.S. We got problems, but and I know our own energy. We've got our issues, but not like these guys, because we're not dependent on them for energy. Gas price. So when people are grumbling about gas prices, and yeah, I don't blame you for grumbling, but there is something so much more serious going on right now out there. But yes, this does not undermine our problems. But this is really bad. Oof. I just feel so dark when I'm just kind of I haven't even begun. Just very heavy, very dark, ish. There's just, I'll get to it, but just where's the human compassion for people, for warmth, for air, for electricity, for resources, food. Why are we here? I guess I just get frustrated. Okay, well, let's go and look. What do we got here? Okay, so the six of Wands is the victory card. My very first thought is this. This is definitely, I know, Russia is, obviously this whole thing with Ukraine, they want a victory, obviously, but this is so much deeper than just Ukraine, because look at how he's impacting Europe. This goes beyond and stuff. Now, obviously, that war, is not won. Definitely, but this is what he wants. Putin wants a victory, but I feel it's definitely more than just Ukraine. Okay, we know he enjoys, affecting everybody so negatively. Kind of waving it around, showing how much power he's got. The fact that other people are suffering and being impacted in such horrible, horrible ways. He enjoys this. Okay, but it's all about he wants that victory. Okay. So we got the Lover's card. What that makes me feel, that can be certain kind of relations, connections, and things like that. If you notice that, if you look at the little angels kind of shaking hands and stuff, and that's the opposing and stuff. And that's one of the things I kind of feel. Let me kind of sit there. I notice we've got kind of some, king and queen kind of energy there. In that, let me just adjust here. Hold on, guys. I've been sitting for a while. And that's one of the things is I feel like there are people, in Europe and leaders, if they could just kind of figure out how to come together, make agreements, stop this stuff. I do believe there are those that want to do that, but in the opposing, that is one of the biggest challenges. But I do feel, though, as this is happening, that I want to be very careful saying what I say, but I kind of feel it. Our other countries going to have to come together in agreement. I know they don't want to start a big fight, but they might have to, okay? Because this is impacting. It's not even just about financial, but people, being able to heat their homes, cool their home. They're being impacted negatively. So I feel definitely alliances forming against Putin definitely has that lovers coming together. Okay, and I'm hoping we don't have to go there, of course, but really it is a war. It's happening. Okay, let's just put it that way. Okay, there we go. See what's going on, and yeah, a lot of it, we've got the Ace of Discs and also the Princess of Discs, money, finances, and all that, but this is also an abundance kind of energy, and stuff. And I feel that everything the way it's going and stuff, like Europe is struggling, and families struggling, everybody to be able to, like afford kind of energy and all that stuff. It's just it's going to affect them. They need the abundance and everything and the gas and the resources to be able to take care of this. And stuff. It's blackmail. And I think one of the things is I feel Russia is kind of like pay me then. A little bit of energy there that I'm kind of feeling. Okay. Okay, and then we got the Seven of Cups, which is really just a match. I mean, just see how it's kind of an ugly card and everything like that. Everything just kind of eroding, just becoming foul and everything, that kind of energy and stuff, what it is. There's many kind of, almost, sometimes it's got that Seven Deadly Sins kind of energy when I kind of look at it, when I go to this card in the Thoth deck. Let's kind of go ahead and see what's to come over the next few months for Europe. And maybe it might even show a little of the U.S. I do have the Strength card that is popping up. That is Sun and Sagittarius. Obviously, Sagittarius is going to be a real tough month. That is December energy. Definitely kind of going in there and stuff. Though January, obviously, is a real tough month, too. But they're, just trying to be strong, trying to hold their own and stuff. That's when it's going to really get tough, okay? So they've got the Fool card that is popping up in there. I feel that there's a lot of kind of like, kind of trying to try some. They're going into the unknown. Hence, definitely they're kind of doing that. Trusting certain things, is going to be kind of a challenge. But we've got that Princess of Swords can be news or information. Some kind of information coming forward. Let me kind of look at that. Defeat. It's going to be tough. So I've got that Strength card, like European nation trying, to overcome this. The defeat sits next to that. It's going to be hard. Okay, and so I feel that like that Fool energy. I feel a little naivety in a sense that yes, people should have more backup plans of certain things. There's consequences to that. I know. There's kind of there. But I've also got the Four of Wands completion, which could be about, so certain things coming to an end. I feel there is a possibility a cut off by Russia. I mean, just right now they're getting little, but a straight, and they, a cut to, really hit them is going to be the hard part. Okay. So just saying, let's kind of go ahead and see what we've got there. So above we've got the Sun. What are things about that kind of going in? This is kind of further in there. I mean, with, I look at that, think of the Sun. What does it do? Warmth. And what do we think of the Sun? What is it? Energy. So I feel like Spirit is using the Sun card to express something about energy and warmth and things like that. Okay. So let's see what's next to that, what Spirit has to say. Princess of Wands, which also obviously can be heat. This is something that Europe is going to want. Okay. That warmth, heat, energy. And that's the reason why the Princess and the Sun is showing at the top. Okay, like I said, the Sun we think of as energy, heat, warmth. That's why it's being stressed. Major Arcana, Princess of Wands, heat. See the fire, the furnace. Okay, let's kind of go ahead and see. This is going to be a major concern. Oppression. Okay, so we've got the oppression card. It's going to be tough, guys. Like I feel there could be some kind of cutoff, like a completion. Certain contracts come to an end. Now it could be a mix, like some areas of Europe, maybe not. Some still have a little, but some kind of completion. Okay, this is to oppress people, which is very sad. Okay, so let's look at kind of Putin energy here. Okay, kind of what's going on. So we got that Eon card. That can be the resurrection card for me. This is what he's trying to resurrect the old Europe. Okay, or old Russia, not Europe. He's trying to resurrect the USSR. Okay, I'm trying to be careful on some things. You'll have to be careful my words here. stuff and everything. But we got that Two of Swords energy. Now that is the peace card. I don't think he wants peace. But one of the things that he knows, one of the things is others do want peace and stuff like that. But as far as any kind of peace kind of happening, he's got his own ideas. Seven of Wands, and going on the offense and everything. So the things could get aggressive. Let's kind of look at the environment, though. What do we got? And so, yeah, we got that gain kind of energy, and stuff. But yeah, there's that Sagittarius, swiftness. Things are going to happen fast. Sagittarius month is going to be a challenge. We've got that's Mercury Sag. This actually came up upside down. I didn't mean to, but I think it was meant to be. And stuff, kind of the overseas can be the Three of Wands energy. There are a lot of challenges there. Hopes and fears. Ace of Wands, and that can be, like opportunity. They're definitely wanting, that fire energy, Outcome is tough. Ace of Swords. Concerned about that. Because the Ace of Swords can be kind of that warrior symbol. One of the things about that, like I said, here we got peace, Two of Swords, right? But then the Ace of Swords is chosen. Okay, certain kind of choices and things like that. There could be some kind of struggle. He doesn't want peace. That symbol about making a choice. Okay. And there are some kind of strategies there. He's trying to resurrect an old, okay, is what he's trying to do. Okay, there's some things there. It can be a resurrection. It's also the Judgment card and stuff, which we kind of look at that. This is very difficult thing. But yeah, that Ace of Swords could be Ace of Swords could be a weapon of war. Okay, it is a war and everything, and he's trying to get the upper hand here. There's going to be oppression. With the Sun. Let me just pull one more. I just want the Sun and the Princess. Like I said, heat, energy. That's exactly what it's about. So, but we've got that interference card popping up in there. Eight of Swords. People are going to feel, what is the card? The woman that's all bound, blindfolded, powerless, right? Stripped of power. There's some people that go without power. So it's going to be bad. It's I hate to say it. It's going to be bad. And they just don't have enough time to get everything together right away. And they're going to have to try to do things to ration power. So it's unfortunately, it does not look good. Like I said, interference, which can be stripped of power is what it is. The woman is bound, of her power and interferes with that heat, that energy coming in. It's very, very clear. This is very bad. It is, I want to be very careful with some things. Could, certain countries within Europe align against some things? Maybe, possibly. I know everybody's trying to avoid something like that. But, it's kind of tough. I'm not, I still want to leave that kind of open, but the Ace of Swords is kind of telling itself. Like we got that, at the moment, it's not peaceful. Let's face it, they're at war. Everything's at war right now. But that is concerning, the Ace, and everything, especially with that King at the Crown. It's not necessarily good and stuff. So, let's pray definitely for the people of Europe. With what's going on, let's definitely pray for them, for the best. But it's not looking good. I don't get the one thing, I don't get death cards and things like that at the moment, but I do get oppression. But obviously, if people are cut off power and things like that, and obviously that that money, you saw that was at the foundation and stuff. There, this is going to cost you a lot of money. It's blackmail. Guys, it's so incredibly sad. I do hope you guys enjoy my read. I know it's not the best news, things like that, but we want to stay informed. But just as a rule, like I said, I know there's a lot of things going on, but we want to be awake and aware, okay, of certain things that are happening. It's very important to know what is happening. But at the same time, we also make sure to unplug, make sure to meditate, tune in with spirit, try to be optimistic, be hopeful. Remember your prayers. We want the best for the world. Okay, so let's especially pray for obviously even our own country and people. and everything, that things could be peaceful no matter what, because it looks like Trump should be getting indicted. But also on the same token, for the people of Europe that are going to have a hard winter. Okay? This helps.